What's up, friends? Don't forget to subscribe so I can show you more video clips of my cool stuffs. Actually, my stuffs are not too fancy, not too expensive. It's just only practical. This is one of my. I'm just gonna show you one of my hobbies and recreations only. I'm not a pro, but I just enjoying doing it. I go hunting, I go fishing, I go camping, and I also go for off-roadings. Some just the way it is, just like normal people does, normal boys. Okay, on your screen you can see a Hornady. This is I use for hunting. This 150 grain. Also, I use the Hornady Super Performance SST. That is, oh, actually, that's 150 grain. The Super Performance SST. And this is the one, is the 168 grain. This kind of all these. I don't think so if you could still see this in the market, this box. This is the Hornady 168 grain. And this is how it look like, the AMMOS. 168 grains. And the Super Performance SST 150 grain is it looks like this. Nothing much difference. It's like if you take a look on the tip, it's like red. The other one's kind of orange. So this 150 grain, this 168 grain of this one. And also I just have the Herters. That is also 180 grain. I think this is one of the cheapest in the market from Cabela's. I also use the Winchester Super X for my 30-06 caliber rifle. And yeah, it is 150 grain, as you can see. And also I use also the Federal 180 grain. Don't be surprised why I am using different grains, because I shoot only practical 200 yards or less. I don't shoot over 300 yards far distance or 400 yards or whatsoever. The reason is that it is too difficult to recover your animal in case you hit it, right? And you always need a company with you beside you on that kind of a distance, and it's very hard to recover the animal. It's heavy, and then the landscape is like, downhill or uphill, and so many logs on the way, and whatsoever trees on the way, bushes, if you don't mind. But for me, it's not really fun for me. And I'll show you also the rifle that I'm using, which is a dinosaur. It's a 10-year-old rifle, Savage C110 series, which I bought it from a friend of mine. Give me one moment. So this is the rifle. This is the Savage C110 series. It's pretty heavy. It's around almost 7 pounds. Right? Solid barrel. Solid. As you can see. Actually, this one without the scope. Without the scope, it has a sight over there. So it's either way. If you can shoot without the scope, it has a sight. So this the only good things for this rifle. It's a 10-year-old rifle. It's a Savage C110 series. It's very heavy, but it's accurate. It's still accurate. It still shoots. I used 180 grain with the Federal from the past. And I tried also the Super X Winchester 150 grain, and it shoots well on 100 yards to 200 yards. Okay, and what else? I can show you with this rifle. All right, this scope, nothing fancy with it. All right, nothing fancy. I use this brand, the Vortex Diamondback. It's not too expensive, and like what I said, I don't shoot over 200 yards away, so that's why I have this pretty basic scope installed with my rifle. It's very good. It's crystal clear. It's crystal clear, and it has a specs of 4 by 12 by 40. It's pretty much decent specs for around 200 yards. I tried to sight it on around 400 to 470 yards when I found a three moose, which there's a one palminated like fully like a bull, and also a spike pork moose, but it is too difficult for me to see clearly with this super standard Diamondback scope, because it has only 4 by 12 and 40, and it's just a practical to use only around 200 yards or below or lower. So of course, definitely I didn't shoot that moose because I am not very comfortable. That was like last year, moose season on November. And yeah, so let's go for the rifle. So this rifle is, when they're heavy, actually, they're very stable. And I have the other one, but I'm still working on it, so I don't know yet which best AMMOS I'm going to use for that, for the calibration. But for now, I still have this Savage 30-06 caliber. So in the meantime, I'm still using the Hornady 168 grain and the Hornady 150 grain, and also the Federal 180 grain, and the Winchester Super X 150 grain. So it doesn't really matter to me how, maybe so many hunters are very distinct or specific to AMMOS. Some does only 150 grain for each rifle, some does 180 grain for a certain rifle they use fronting. But for me, I just use, like what I said, from 150 to 180 grain, from 100 to 200 yards. You should know your rifle. You should know your sightings. You should know the distance. So it's just a matter of a little bit of maybe adjustment to yourself. I don't know what I'm talking about adjustment, but that is how I hunt. That's how I look on my scope with my target. This one has not very fancy scope. It's just only a V-Plex practical Diamondback. So, and also what I can say is, maybe next time I'm gonna show you a review with this one, the Hurters. I never tried this yet. So this is pretty much 180 grain, and it is pretty similar with the Federal I used from the past with this rifle, 180 grain Federal. So So far, I'll show you the next video clips for my next rifle that I just bought. It's a different brand. It's a Tika. It's also a 30 at 6 caliber, and I calibrated it with the Winchester Super X, and it shoots pretty much good, pretty well as well, but not really much done well. I'm not yet satisfied with the accuracy, but it's still already good for hunting. Maybe on my free time I will do the recalibrations of that new rifle that I just got from last year. So right now, maybe I'm still maybe using this rifle on next season, next year, because it's already tested and the scope is still shooting, still shoots, still calibrated with this rifle. It's so heavy. So I don't know. Some of you guys maybe saying that it matters about the grain that you are supposed to use with your rifle. Yeah, that's pretty right. And because me, it's only my recreation, is my hobby, and maybe I have a lot of things more to know on how exactly which AMMOS should you use for your own rifle to shoot. Could be a 180 grain specifically with this rifle, or 150 grain, 168 grain, or whatever of your choice. So good luck to everyone, and hopefully next year we could get one at least animal during the season. And my next goal, maybe a moose. You need effort to get those things, to get it done. You need time. Only time matters. If you give time with your hobbies, maybe hunting for you is successful. Now mine, I'm a very busy guy. I work, I do a lot of things in life, so not other hunters that they have enough time for their hobbies and recreations that they do every year, each year. Even the fishing. I go fishing, but I just only went couple times and that's it. No time. So up to now, this video clip, hopefully you subscribe me so I can show you more video clips that may be interesting. So have a good night and peace out.